am concerned about this Sangal squad because other than their win against Rebels, which they won 13-8, they got absolutely hammered. They've only won 5 rounds since that point and 2 big losses.
Yeah, it's a weird one, man, because I think, you know, oddly enough, right, you would expect Sangal to be the better team, have a better sort of result list so far over the RMRs. Whereas for me, it was Eclot that were more impressive individually. They were showing us signs of life. Close runnings versus Falcons. If you missed that one to kick off the whole EU RMRs, they nearly down won it. Simple just went nuts with a diving through the air MP9 on 5 HP. But we'll look at the facts. We'll look where we are today, Vince. BO3, elimination on the line. If you want to stay in it and try and go to the major in Shanghai, well, it starts and ends here for either one of these teams. We're back into the action then. Sangal on the CT side, fast hit out onto the bomb site, and it's Blitz that comes in with a Glock. They've got site control already. Smoke round towards camera as well. CT's on the move.
And the Romanian contingent of the team has already popped in for one. LNZ's had a rough tournament, bottom of the stats in terms of Sangal. You're looking to try and make amends. Youngster has been consistently solid over the duration of these maps, but it's Detour locking it down now. Only the 1 kill in return, and it's looking very solid for Eclot's prospects of taking first blood in this elimination matchup. Youngster and Jota have to save their weapons. They do have the Julies and a couple of sets of kits, but nothing too special about that hit. Just Eclot straight in the face, laying down the law and reaping the rewards as a final couple of kills just have the dot put at the end. Jota may be able to hold on to the Julies. It won't be a terrible outtake, but the problem with the Julies, though, is they're really good against headless armor and just generally no armor at all. When you start to have head armor in play, they really drop off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, massively so, right? They feel sick on pistol rounds. As soon as you're spamming into Kevlar, it just feels like you're dinking everyone. So it won't have too much impact. For Eclot, though, it's a nice opening T round. You come out swinging here onto Anubis, do a little bit of damage, get yourself into the groove of the game early, so you can convert off the back of it. Investment into the Galils, MAC-10, and the AKs. And will those Julies of Jota find any more impact? Potentially from this angle, he could still be a bit of a thorn in their side, actually. Playing close on Jail. If they don't clear him, all their attention towards the back of the site. If he swings out, maybe, just maybe. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so the Julie's already finding impact, mate. He's farming with them. 2 guns better than 1 in his hands.
If you can still hit those headshots clean and quickly, head armor or not, the Julies are going to lay down some serious pain and suffering. And this would be a very awkward encounter for Eclot, winning the pistol, going into a potential loss. However, you look at the health bars on Sangal, and they'd probably be happier just to save. It really sucks. And the 2v2, the way they've been playing, especially Jota with 3 kills, he's up to 5 already. He's feeling confident. But the chance of you getting out onto the site without either of these two spotting you, and you're 1 bullet from death on both players pretty much, I am very surprised they're going in for it for the time being. Molotov's also missed. They don't have a kit between the two of them. You're at a point now where the chances of winning this round are so low, but LNZ is delivering. MBQQ lines them up and knocks them down. They do have the finances to go in again for another buy. Maybe that's kind of part of the reason why they went for it, knowing if they weaken the economy for Eclot, they can actually come back and punish Nemiga.
This is nice. Let's see it on the replay. The peek out. He was good for the first. Everyone's in his crosshair and he's just firing off shots. Now, as much as the round turns into a moot point for him, right? You can't convert that one. It's good damage onto the T economy, and he gets himself enough cash flow to be able to drop over that orb to Sami. So he's already got himself a scope on the CT side going into the 3rd round. And I want to see him play well today, Vince. You know, we were talking about sort of the level of firepower he can come out with. I feel like it wasn't really there last time around, watching them yesterday, back on the A stream. He wasn't hitting his mark, but we know he's got a ton of talent. Cool. Problem is, though, they're just going back to basics. Hit him with these fast hits towards the A site. Utilities down on camera. LNZ trapped inside of it. He's burnt out. And already, it looks like a real rough start. Especially with the AWP being taken out round towards CT by NQ. Yeah, this isn't ideal whatsoever.
Stuck on the wrong side of the smoke as well is Jota. He wants to activate, knowing that Youngster is coming through on the cams, but there's 2 smokes deployed and the timer already dangerously close. It looks like they're setting up for exit frags. They'll try and take some of these rifles away while Eclot try and survive. AWP also picked up from MBQQ. Youngster could have the drop on one of these players, but they'll be watching, and MBQQ will deliver.
Terrorists win.
So just the one save weapon. All three of Eclot post-plant survive. Off to a solid start here on their Anubis T side, and this of course is the map that we casted them first on, Jackie, against Falcons. The 16-13, narrow loss they probably should have won. The T side was razor sharp on that occasion.
Yeah, we saw a ton of talent from them. They're playing some great CS, good calls on the T side. FaZe as well. With the AWP, he was a mean machine. We'll see what he can get up to on this one. Going back into the 4th round, obviously. Far more limited weaponry to work with. Only really what you've dragged over from the prior round, the hands of Jota. Whoa, fast run out. The peekers play from Blitz, and he hits the head, so that's your opening on middle.
Mid-control entirely Eclot's. Ooh, there's a couple of moments there where it felt like the Deagle was going to pop off, but it's the other pistols. Youngster with 2 on the 5-7. Oh, how's he pulled that off? And Detour caught on the side. Just as I was discussing how this guy has been the shining light. The ability to make plays out of nothing, he delivers. Eclot will be shocked. Out of nowhere.
He gets underneath it, spams out with the 5-7 for another one, grabs the AK for the final frag.
Nice one, nice fucking goal.
Yeah, all right, that's some energy back in their camp. I mean, that was looking real dire, right? Eclot coming out swinging early on. Around you never should have lost, really. You get the first pick, they've got map control to work with, 5-7s just run at them. USP connection as well from Sami. And they scavenge those guns straight back. So Sangal, 1 on the board, but more importantly, weapons to work with. So it's not going to turn into a big snowball of a game for Eclot early.
Let's for the entry, though. Instantaneously cracking open the site, there is a slew of smokes. But xFlow with 2 holds down the trigger and gets a 3rd on top of it. Another individual moment of brilliance in LNZ. Should be good for this kill, and that will be the end of the round. They actually line up for him. Gift wrap the double, gift wrap the 2nd round on top of it, and after getting the entry, Eclot are entirely funneled away, just repelled. Much better on the side of Sangal, and it's good to see LNZ getting in early, because coming into this game, he was rock bottom of the stats. To put it in perspective, he played 52 rounds, Jackie, got 15 kills with 49 ADR on the lead up to this map right now, so it's good to see him have a solid start.
In terms of the best of 3 as a whole as well, weirdly, these 2 teams have got a lot of overlap in where they feel comfortable with a veto. Mirage has been real rough for Sangal. You've lost it twice at the RMRs already, only getting 5 rounds across both of those maps played, but coming out here on Anubis, they're hitting him heavy. Make sure you get through this one quite cleanly, of course. Could have been risky in the prior round here. You've got all the bells and whistles you need, with a disadvantage against Eclot. And they'll convert it. Only the 1 weapon taken out of Jota. So you won't be too bothered because the rebuy out on him. They've got money to pass around. 10k in the back pocket there for Sami. Youngster with 7. And xFlow being able to afford that drop to Jota still leaves him on 7k. So sitting pretty with the cash flow so far. Obviously, a couple of concessions made for the T side of Eclot. You've had to pick up the Galils rather than the rifles to afford yourself the luxury of some extra nades. And their T side was good. It was their set pieces that looked really drilled. It seemed like they had the strategy behind it. You could see they put the work in. But LNZ trying to find himself a way to activate early. Squeezes map control off and pushes up. Spam through the smoke, tags onto him though, Vince. And Sami takes a bit of damage too.
Yeah, dropped down to around 50. Good news is, though, with a ton of Molotovs and a smoke also in play, they're not going to be pushing him anytime soon, so we can just hold into more passive angle with his low HP. I look to try and connect. He was the player as well, though, against Falcons that had pretty much no impact. The amount of times that he was saving, he had 3 kills in the first half. It always felt like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but Blitz this time on the receiving end. And although weakened, Smay is still more than capable of punishing straggling players. Oh, excluding. Does he find the window to peek around the corner and shut down both if they line up? It's going to be looking good. And excluding nails both. Double headshot. Looking like another round in the bag.
And this is a better look from Sangal so far. More what we were hoping to see from this team. They've had some big results on this map. You beat FaZe 13-2 back at EPL. Taking down Saw, FlyQuest. It's a strong map for them. They know how to play it well. It's Eclot that have been on a bit of an underdog storyline, keeping games close, making you believe there's still more that they can do. How far can they take it over the course of the RMRs? Well, the problem is you reach a roadblock here, right? If you lose this BO3, it's over. It's all said and done. So for everyone on the server, got to play your best CS, backs against the wall. Going into that one with the Galil's, the utility, they find limited success in the engagement. With 2 players forced to save, yeah, you can hold on to the guns, but Sangal building stock early. And it was this play on the walkout as well. It looked almost like MBQQ had read it. Seen the bit of shoulder on the jiggle out towards main for the extremity push, but he just doubles up with 2 anyway.
And even though coming into this game, we, painting a bit of a bleak picture across the Sangal, when you take into account the 2 losses they've had, albeit complete stomps, were to MOUZ, who made it through 3-0, and Cloud9, who I think a lot of people are underestimating how good this Cloud9 squad is right now.
They're a sick team, dude. They're so fun.
Heavy God and Axile are actually performing really solidly so far. Oh, hold on. I was talking over this round thinking there was no chance. It was a half by Tech9s and the Galil. But yet they've got 2 opening picks out on the B main side. And a real opportunity now to bounce straight back.
Okay. Keeping it interesting, keeping us guessing. And they've got room on this one. I mean, 2-player advantage early. Still nades in the back pocket. They've got 2 smokes. Incendiary there for Kriaz as well. And it's Samay on the bomb site, honed in on his angle. They wanted to cut noise off the back of the early plays, see if they could slow it right down, make them believe maybe they've wrapped off, gone towards the A site. But they're still here, just waiting for the call to come in. You can set yourself up for the smokes over the top. Meanwhile, excluding actually goes for the walkout on mid side. He's caught by MBQ. Now it gets even worse. Thankfully, they are coming in towards the bomb site and staying alive. Looks to be anything but a way for Sangal to get through this one. Sami with a miss on the shot out as well. Slim margins, but nothing for him. It's getting scrappy already. All right, so this is a round you've gone into with what? Basically Tech9s, couple Galils. You've just smacked them down early, been able to convert it off the back of it. And it's all tied up here on Anubis.
Our first kill is super clean. And then, yeah, excluding. You can understand why he tries to pressure forward once his 2 teammates have died, try and wrap around the back of the T's, especially if they try and hit the site quick. But in doing so, it was a freebie, a 3K over onto Eclot's side. And although there's tons of money, Sangal will have a good buy here of their own. LNC's being whittled down, though, and finished off by Blitz. He drops to 50, but he's got his man, and that's all that matters. He's seeing excluding again, though. He's getting aggressive outside of A. Alongside some A, but Youngster with another 2. He may not be top of the charts in terms of stats, but he feels like an X-Factor player. A player that can make something happen out of nowhere. He's done it twice already. I know Detour and Forzy stuck behind the smokes. Hard to see how they can really progress forward. There's a lot of time left, and they do have control over the bomb. But with excluding's position right now on the quick flank, he should be good for 1. No, gets picked off. There's a way forward now. They can go for the rotation.
Forzy walking round to the scope of Samay. If you got that one, you could have planted the seed of doubt that you've wrapped off. They're going for the late adjustment onto the A site. In reality, it's just Etor trapped outside of the B. Chase is able to peek in, find that one, and close it down. Went for a faster play there, hoping for the split push up through Dark, but I mean, really, that's where the round ended before it even got going, right? The 2K pickup from Youngster. He's already had 2 key rounds in this game then. You think back with the 5-7 that put them on the board early. One that felt like it never really should have been their round, right? Sangal just basically throwing caution to the wind, getting aggro. And then again here. It's a nice multi-frag, puts him into a good position. Even with losing X-Floud on the extremities, Sami was able to set up for the trade back on the peak for the other AWPer. Still got the weapon to work with though. FaZe was damn exciting to watch when we saw him on Anubis originally, Vince, coming into the event. That was the Falcons game. He was the star of the show in terms of the AWPs in that matchup, which is kind of crazy when you think about the other names in the server, right? Yeah. But he was the one that was finding the majority of the impact with the weapon. Yeah,
he was. He's absolutely spot on. I think the thing is, though, that a lot of the impact he had with the AWP was on the CT side.
Yeah.
On the T side, he's running a lot with the rifles. Slowed down just a tad, so the best is potentially yet to come in terms of FaZe. The flash is good, but the follow-up damage is there. LNZ at least make sure it's answered back quickly. But he's in an awkward spot right now, out in the open, and with a flashbang alongside it, they're good for the trade. Sami tries to escape through the smoke, but Eclot are on point. The avenging kills there, the follow-up damage, really solid. Making sure that if one of them fell, at least one CT joined them. And we are dead even at 5-5. The thing about this Sangal squad as well, though, Jackie, is they're a really interesting bunch of plays in the sense of, if you're looking for like consistent fragging, just like reliable hands, X-Floud and Jota are your 2 main men. But if you want that explosive, kind of crazy element, I think it's Youngster. He reminds me a little bit of Madden in his previous teams, where it was like he was this mad dog player that would just go and do crazy things out of nowhere. That's how I feel about Youngster.
Yeah, you just let him off the leash, see what he does, right? If he finds a couple of pickups, play off the back of it. Yeah, he can be a bit explosive at times. I think when he's feeling himself and playing off that energy. We'll see into this one, though. I mean, a bit of a slower start. Eclot back towards the A site. Groups up outside. Ton of nades. You can see him already primed in the hand. Smoke that over towards camera side. Block off heaven. But it's the aggressive AWP that could make the world of difference. Ooh, the flick looked like it was going to be clean, but it's double misses for him. So down and out, more pressure put on his teammates to hold the wave back, and they're already slipping onto the bomb site. That's another one. Go in the way of Eclot. And at this point, even getting out to posture off and hold on to what you've got is an unlikely outcome. X-Floud went for the risky maneuver, trapped inside the site with the smoke. Thought maybe he could do something heroic there, but instead falls, and the last 2 players have got to save on this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of shades of the same performance we saw from Sami against Falcons, which of course was on this very map. That's why the comparison is so easy to make. Like, in positions where he can thrive, but not quite finding his footing. And as you highlight, it is going to be the save. Eclot 6-5 to the good. Of course, Anubis, a map that a lot of T-sides have success on. So I don't think Sangal are pushing the panic button, not even close. They're in a good spot right now. Pretty even dispersal as well in terms of kills. I mean, FaZe's had a couple of big rounds, but a lot of entry fragging coming in from MBQQ. Lovely shot there in mid-air, actually.
I was looking into that as well. Apparently with MBQQ, it's pronounced Nubik.
Nubik?
Nubik, yeah. Which actually has kind of a nice ring to it, right? That
sounds so much better.
Yeah, than MBQQ, Nubik.
I apologize.
But now we know, and that's what matters, Vince.
Nubik, I love that name, actually.
Right, it's got a good ring to it, yeah.
Hey, he's just up, because I thought MBQQ is a little bit meh.
It's a bit hard to say, it kind of sounds like barbecue, but no, yeah, it turns out we were just silly. We were just being silly, Vince. He's got a sick name, we just didn't even realise.
I was just thinking it was MBK the whole time. But
Nathan?
Yeah. Nathan Schmidt's on the server again. Would love to see that, to be fair.
Yeah, true, dude. Shout out to the legend himself.
Nabik. I love that name.
Yeah, like Mozambique, right?
Yeah.
2 in the chest, 1 in the head, hit him with a technique.
Nice.
And they've been doing it so far, bro. Like, some awkward rounds, sure, but if you get 7-5 out of this, they're going to be in good stead. And this is where they've been finding success. Again, it's the man we just mentioned, Nubiki. Runs straight in, hits that head of X-Floud, rips him to pieces. Survives on 16 HP, sure, but you've already caused a bit of carnage. It's making them believe, okay, are they committed to another fast hit towards the A site? We're going to have to wrap off, move some stock off the defense towards A, towards B, rather. With the limited weapons, and especially utility down the doldrums as well, it's a bit harder for them. Where they've cut noise, they haven't initiated us off the back of it. They're thinking, okay, it's a bit of a fake. You've gone for the initial play towards A. They're going to wrap back on B side. No, they're just buying their time.
Now deciding to execute on 1 minute left on the clock. The flashes are so good, but LNZ able to hold on for one. They're making so much out of so little. MP9 and FAMAS both chipping in already. But now they're getting up close and knocking on the gate. That's where the AK should thrive. Should start a pummel. Detour with 2. That could be the saving grace of Eclot to get their 7th round. Out into the open comes Jota. And FaZe may miss his shot, but he's lined him up for Kriaz in the corner. And he's getting tagged down. Oh no, another missed shot. Finishes him off with a P250. Hearts in the throats of Eclot for a few moments there, but they managed to limp their way across to a 7-5 half.
Wasn't really the consistent rounds that Sangal were running there on the CT side, but they were thriving when they just had some crazy plays thrown against them, playing on the back foot with pistols on a couple of occasions. Still a close half for what it was. Could have been way more bloated for the T side. And Jota, he started off well early, which is good to see. He's had a good rating, 1.07 at the event. He's kind of been the star of the show, really, in some of the key rounds. If you can keep that up, get a bit of help, like we were saying with Youngster warming up early as well, Vince, maybe there's some good signs of life going into their second half.
Yeah, just to build on that a tiny bit as well. Like, after 52 rounds, which obviously all the team have played, he's the only player that has a positive kill-to-death ratio. He's +3. Everybody else is in the red, in the minus. -25 for LNZ, and -13 for Youngster.
Nice!
It's been pretty much a one-man effort, as you highlighted. Good to see that there's more supporting castmates now. X-Flout's had some good rounds. LNZ's been here for a couple of times, but we'll see how they start on this T half.
Well, there's Julie's again, but this time they're in the hands of Blitz out on mid. Sangal. Slow setup, a focus on a late hit towards the B-bomb site. Close molly in case anyone's playing inside a dark. It's only Detour that's here. They started off with 3 players on mid, reading potentially a faster hit. Hasn't come in. They bled into the bomb site, fadeaway shots from Detour, tag, but no real way to convert it. Blitz just spams close into the smoke in case they're looking to walk in towards Temple side, and Detour's going in. Dives through the smoke. Youngster with the first. They wanted to draw the attention off, but one by one they're being able to repel the wave back. And Youngster's left on 10 health.
10 HP, just needs to play behind the pillar and let his teammates do most of the heavy lifting here, take the pressure off him. Oh, but he goes in for that swing and gets punished. And now with the kit, they're going for the defuse. Nubik's landed the headshot onto Samay. LNZ now is the next to fall. Nubik with a successful bodyguard. Eclot comes steaming out. Take the retake and manage to put it into an 8-5. Sangal going to be bitterly disappointed. They had the player advantage. They had everything going in their favor.
At this point, it was looking horrific for them. You went for the run out, hoping to draw the crosshairs off. Didn't work. The trades weren't there. Julies couldn't activate.
Nice! Let's go!
But they're feeling themselves off the back of that one. And fair play. I mean, it's a hell of a round to be able to pull off. It looked rough for them. And second pistol gives you so much more stock to work with. 8-5 split on the score. Push out early for FaZe, looking for the fight and information towards B main, but Jota's there. Ooh, MP9 gets a little bit gory. Actually, 2. No, there's a third even onto Dark. Wait, this is a hellish round. Very back and forth, but it's surprising how much damage he's done.
He got body blocked there. The Molotov wanted to throw that into Temple, so that means he's had to use the smoke instead. Meaning they only have one molly left and nothing for the cross. This is where they would have liked to have thrown the smoke in. That one small mistake is having drastic repercussions. And now Sangal in trouble and he gets nailed by Kriaz. It was that small body block that threw off his line of sight. Oh, man. You got a feel for them. But at this level of play, that can be the difference.
Counter-terrorists win.
Those little mistakes, that's what adds up. The devil in the details. So for Sangal, you've got two plants. They've been able to find entries into the site, but all goes a bit skew towards the tail end. And I thought it was a real bad omen with them getting that first pick, but Detour goes on. Not only gets 2 of the frags on the B main push out, but also even gets himself an extra one down towards Dark, buys a ton of time and softens them up. Fair play to him. Great footwork with the MP9. SMG looking devilish, and the reinvestments there. 4Z CT sidewalk. This is what we were talking about earlier. Oh man, meaty nade as well, out round towards A main early. 3 players being lit up from it.
Just got the lone AK-47. And nothing really else on that HE. Touchdown onto Jota. 13 left. Backing away is Nubik as well. Doesn't have any extra utility, so needs to play the more passive angle. There's no flashes or Molotovs to oust his position and evict him from this platform. So considering there's 2 players in close proximity, this should be a massacre. It will. The floor littered with T-corpses, and the one counteractive play from Xfloud has been quickly silenced. Eclot jump up to 10. And although Sangal will have a bye, the pressure is really being applied now.
And that was the crazy thing about these 2 teams going head-to-head, is obviously it's a very similar map pool. It was almost exactly the way we thought it was going to go, based off their highest pick rate in terms of Anubis, Mirage, and then Nuke being the decider, but it's Dust 2 that was thrown in as the curveball. We'll talk about that later if we get a bit closer, as right now it's Eclot. Looking pretty good on Anubis. They got weapons. Samay on that orb. Peering over the top of the smoke. He's looking for the early entry. Oh, break the smoke. Deal the damage. Good connection back onto Detour. So even with the low HP players, they can posture off early. You haven't got to commit to anything, really, but Blitz, flash through. Clearing out, paranoid about someone being in the smoke. The single shot makes them go back in. They have a bit of a look about it. They're able to find the headshot against Samay with 2.
Bit of silence on the battlefield right now as Eclot try to just steady themselves a tad. The early bloodshed gone against them, but Kriez is going to try and make a play, catching the timing. A lot of damage to Youngster, but still alive on 9. He knew he was going to get wide swinged into, especially as there was a Molotov on the backside of Con, but he was just wasting time, allowing Sangal to make sure the backstab was a success. And they sharpened the blade. Nubik, though, on 15 kills now. The hero of the pistol round, putting that M4 to use, and with Samay on low HP, LNZ may have his work cut out for him. Gets the kill clean, though. 4Z at range. Afforded a small jiggle peek, but can't nail the shot and has to save. Sangal finally with a bit of success on their T side.
And there's 2 nice shots from Samay. First one's great onto Detour, back at the site. They go for the smart play, look to recover control by pushing out. The flash through, Blitz runs on in, instantly scalped as soon as they got the read that he was there. They fought together. Still looked a little bit scary down into the 2v2. But they get it over the finish line. This was the follow-up shot as well. Mate, even meatier from his perspective.
Yeah, credit to him, man. He might be missing quite a few shots in their opening game against Falcons, but there's nothing wrong with that. That is crisp. Just a small pixel over the top of the wall and exploits it. But I think the problem with him, for me, Jackie, is the consistency. Like, you'll have a round like that where he gets 2 really nice picks, and then maybe nothing for another 5, and they just get double swinged on mid.
Just giving it right now. Straight back in. Heads up play. Take space on mid. Keep them guessing. Nubik taking damage on 52. If he posts up, plays it cool like a gangster on the off angle, they're in good stead, but they're really hungry for this trade. and it's Youngster. He knows his way around mid-side. Overwhelmed. Jota on the pushback out, 1-for-1 there. But these numbers are going to be favoring Eclot at the minute on the defense. Still a lot of time on the clock. Thankfully, Youngster on the wraparound is able to find that smoke on the corpse of Samay as well. So it does actually bolster what utility they've got to work with. And they've postured back off, looking for the mid walkout. So you split yourself up. It's only the one player left on the site. That's Detour inside of Dark. Goes both ways, though. If he peeks in, gets the damage off and stays alive, so he's harassing them and buying time for the rotate. And that's what arrives here and now. And there you go, crumbles to bits towards the end. Eclot converting that one puts them very close to being able to pick up this first map. Sangal, second tactical timeout called in. Money's not amazing, though. You can chat about it, Vince, but they're not really going to have the extra stock they might need.
Yeah, lacking that extra little bit of oomph to pack more of a punch. And yeah, Detour played that so well. Like, as he said, he was like harassing them, like death by 1,000 paper cuts. He didn't need to get the kills. He was full HP. A lot of players would be overzealous. They'd be like, oh, I've done damage. I want my kill.
Yeah.
They peek out, maybe die, and then the round starts to unravel. He takes the damage and he just sits in con. Because he knows they have to cross. He's done his job. Very well played. This double swing out mid, though, just after getting a bit of success, was the perfect retaliation. They had no idea. Eclot have played a very solid Anubis so far. And Sangal, like you mentioned, it's 2 MAC-10s with 3 rifles and a distinct lack of utility. 1 Molotov and 1 HE. Think of all those pesky up-close angles you want to try and cordon off. Well, they can't really do it now.
Can't play it as cleanly as some of the other rifle rounds. There's still some opening utility to work with, at least. The pop flash towards mid, but they've switched up their angles, deviating further back with Kriaz looking for the clothesline with the MP9, supporting the orb in the hands of FaZe, so he can reel them in, then the MP9 shuts them down, or vice versa. LNZ does get one. It's already a ton of damage. You're hemorrhaging players. You're left in a 3-2 advantage. They shift their focus back towards the A side, but you bled him through the back line. It's only one crosshair honed in on you, and that's Detour. So Youngster was looking for the wide swing to fight camera. Nearly still gets what he wanted out of the round. But again, it's limited success. They have at least got a bit of a look in towards the B site. Jota's walked in, so they feel comfortable to commit to this. And those last few bits of util are worth their weight in gold. Block off CT, molly over it to Temple side as well. They can get the bomb down, play for the post plant.
This feels like the last opportunity that Sangal have to snatch this map back and get some form of control. A spray from Blitz on point and barely scratched. And even if Jota gets the first one, he's smoked off from one angle, and now both the CTs know exactly where he is. They both have kits. Got a HE and a flashbang as well. He elects to go and soften them up instead of blowing open that smoke. The spray comes through, but Eclot have gone for the full defuse. Jota just slightly adjusts his spray and nails Detour to save the day and give Sangal another chance.
You love that one, mate. Go back to basics on it. Don't break the smoke. Just use the HE for the tag damage onto the 2 players pushed up towards the bomb. Softens them up massively. That HE finding a ton of impact. It means the AK spam can convert it easily. And again, think about how rough this round was, right? That's a 1v3 that Jota picks up on the post plant. Just spamming through the smoke, reading the room on where they'd be. Oh, getting to him a little bit, and they're straight back in. Looking to brawl up towards mid. Kriaz, MP9 unable to find anything on this one. Running into the abattoir of A site as well. They push out main, but the Carpets player hits the head. They grab the gun, sure, it's a Galil in their hands, but look how much space they've got, Vince. Already rounded it through camera onto the site.
I don't know if they saw both players here. They may get baited into thinking it's just the one. They turn attention away. No, they're still watching. So the information came through. He heard 2 footsteps around the corner. What a difference that makes. If he goes unchecked in the main side, that could have been a catastrophe for Sangal. Instead, they pluck him out, leaving FaZe all alone, and an 8th round will follow. And considering this was a full-on investment into the round as well, Eclot will have barely anything to play with. Sangal could be on the fast track for an 11-9 score. really bringing that deficit down. We could still have a few twists and turns yet here on Anubis. I think that's why you saw that frustration from Detour slapping the chair, because he knew they were about a second away from that defuse, and that probably was the map on top of it.
Yeah.
In this very important match.
Terrorists win.
It's almost felt like there has been a bit of a curse looming over Eclot on Anubis in this RMR, right? Every time they get really close to closing games, when they get 11 rounds on the board, that's where things start to turn a little bit problematic for them. 2 bizarre rounds in this game, and one of them being, of course, the 1v3 from Jota there. This time they play it nicely, take their picks, they hold their own, the defense playing for the anti-eco.
Good job.
You've done the damage. I mean, Eclot, no money in the coffers whatsoever. Only Detour with the P250, everyone else in the starting pistols, the USPs. Can't play it like a gun round. They group up, take control down towards Dark. They got the dink off, but no conversion. Youngster, he's got the full read, knows where they are. You can throw the nade in, soften them all up.
What? Excuse me,
Hello?
2 kills? Not like this, Sangal. And considering that Youngster is low as well, that HE is going to be so much damage. It's a nuke going off in con. Oh, Sangal, that is wet. That was like a P250 and 4 USPs, I think.
Yeah.
And they lost 3 players and nearly lost the round. They want to put that one in the back of their mind as fast as possible.
Yeah, forget about that one. Probably don't think about that again.
Hey, we won, boys.
Clean round. Yeah, no, this is crazy. Okay, so it was the lineup for him as well, with Detour just spamming back on the PC50. Ooh, right. Well, scary stuff, but they get through it. Game's afoot again. Eclot, you've got money. Sangal coming back to life. They've got their second win on the T side. They're able to make it far closer. It's 11-9 now. Youngster on the off angle outside of A main. We've seen a lot of pushes from Eclot. They like to get aggro, obviously try and take space back if you show presence on the other side. He went out on that one. The off angle to Youngster. If it's uncleared, it could be shot in the back of the head and it all goes wrong. This has his nades down towards Dark, though. Incendiary primes. If he gets contact, you can burn off the close out, get the smoke down as well. It's already starting to run a bit dry, though. You've got these nades primed, sure, but if you throw those out, a minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, there's not going to be much left for the late round. They're walking in. LNZ tries to go contact on A main.
The right idea, but the wrong position. They're actually stacked on the left-hand side, just behind the pillar. Nubik and Forzi. So those Sangal have at least cleared one angle. They also haven't been peeking it. So as far as they're concerned, someone may have also crossed again to the platform. LNZ is tight. They're playing anti-flash.
Wow.
Yes. What a shot that is round the corner. And that could bait them into a false insecurity as they go out looking. If LNZ goes unchecked, this could be a complete disaster. And yes, Forzi turns his back. He was already looking up at cams. Kriazdo has gone in for another kill and plenty of damage to Jota. 2v2 with 20 seconds. The bomb will be getting planted momentarily unless Detour can deny this. And with him putting the pressure onto LNZ, it forces Jota off the bomb. And Eclot successfully get themselves into 3 map points.
Back and forth blows on the round. Looking scary with some of the fights. Even with Jota and low HP, don't count him out, man. I'm thinking maybe there's room for him to expand this round back, get a way in for them. But no, not this time. So match point is confirmed. They've got 12. It's just about closing it. Third tactical timeout going to be used for Sangal as well. Last opportunity for everyone to say their piece, for Jumpy to get involved as well, the coach of the team.
That is such a great shot from Kriaz. And he also gets his second one as well here up in heaven. Really nice fragging by Eclot. In the way that they've been playing so far. On the first match we saw them against Falcons, that 11-11 crazy clutch from Simple, which basically got them into OT. Another day, Eclot could be in like a 2-1 matchup right now. The way they've been playing over the duration of this tournament. I think they've been a very big surprise for many people of how well they've played. And Sangal is surprised for a different reason. Some people I even heard saying they think Sangal will make it through to the Major. Well, right now they're on the brink of being a map down facing elimination.
Yeah, that's the brutal reality that you're facing. If you pick this one up, we move on to the second. That'd be Mirage. It's Eclot's map pick, but they share a lot of similarities in the pool, so it won't be that one-sided. Early trades, it's Blitz and Detour. So Jota's out of commission, bombs being planted on the site. They've already found their way in. Youngster actually could be a huge linchpin here. Has he got the trigger discipline though? He's hearing all the footsteps. Oh, problem is they find him on the run out. Still able to grab one scalp. He gets the adjustment shot off onto FaZe. He thought he was in a round-winning position there. Oh, Kriaz. Clipping goes wrong for him. Bounces the smoke back. And they give it up. No looking towards the side, so no room for the retake. Keep the weapons alive. Give this one up. It will go 12-10.
It's fine. He's like, I'm smoking for us to save, boys. It's fine. No problems. We'll use that. We'll keep on to our weapons, 2 AKs and an AWP. Yeah, obviously that was very much the right light. I think, to be fair, they were reaching that point of critical mass with the bomb where going for a retake probably wasn't the call anyway. It was so low, and you got 3 separate angles to deal with. Pretty rough economy as well at that point, so I think, you know, the save is definitely the correct decision. They are down now to a couple of pistols, but they didn't want to fully pull the trigger on this buy, it seems. They're all around $2,000. So you can see they could have rummaged together a buy, like Nubik could have dropped, Kriaz could have dropped, but they want to play basically for the distance, but also give themselves a chance to outright win. FaZe gets the pick, but gets traded immediately.
Samay might not have the AWP, but he's making the AK look like one. Detour is able to reposition and get the scope back in play, though. Oh, up close towards Dark. Blitz. Deagle in his hand. He's got nades, but on the peek out, it's a slight angle that works in favor of Youngster. Quick tap. Detour, 3 bullets in the magazine. Can he show us something show-stopping? Smokes out, make it uncomfortable for him, restrict his vision. He just wants to buy time for Nubik on the backstab as well. He's got his man. Lines that one up onto Xcloud. Youngster gets ahead of the smoke, trying to work his way in, but Samay falls in the meantime to Nubik, and now all the pressure's on Youngster. He's going to phase past him. Footsteps being heard. They're aware of his angle. No one wants to peek. No reason to. Bomb's cold down on the ground. All you've got to do is post up at this point. Don't give him 1v1s.
Oh, good shot. There is Detour. You said, can he pick up the AWP and have impact? Yes, he certainly can. Reroutes them off the site and dials in the all-important 1-0 scoreline. It looked like it was going to be history repeating itself with another OT on Anubis, but they managed to bag it.
Jota needs a bit of help. Youngster looked good, at least, so there was that kind of telltale sign of maybe they're waking up, they're getting into it. But you need the 5 fingers, Vince. It's got to be a full hand.
Yeah, again, I go back to Samay as well on the AWP. Mirage is a map that lends itself very heavily to AWP, and then, of course, if you go it does too, that is the AWP map. So I need to see more consistency from him as well. I think he's going to be a big part of this, especially as they're starting on that CT side. He'll have the AWP in his hands relatively soon. But let's see, can Eclot break in for the first round? Bit of a default setup right now with 2 players going down into underpass. But I completely agree with you sometimes, Jackie, when the back is against the wall, it's where some teams wake up. It's their rallying cry. They realize how close they are to losing out on that dream.
Makes you play differently. And we need to see it on the server now. 2 players out towards top mid, 2 inside of underpass, split the attention. They bait the face, but it's Detour dealing all the damage. And again, think about the miraculous rounds he was able to pull off on Anubis. First map into this series. He was getting away with liberties, taking kills he had no rights to confirm. And that hot hand is still warm for Jota. He was the man on the other side, able to put up good numbers. They trap him on the run out. Samay with the support. But there is a little bit of a muss-up. It goes slightly wrong with the backstab, but it's still Nubik in a 1v2, low on health, swings out. Youngster will grab it. So the bloodlust works out. Sangal saves themselves a pistol.
Oh, you just thought for a second there Nubik was going to drop the elbow straight to the temple. He almost switched across as well. You could see his thought processes, get the kill quick and then snap to the second. Didn't quite work out. Really well held as well by Jota and Samay. But no post plant either. That is going to be a problem. Eclot don't have much to play with in this round. It's going to be a P250 and pretty much full Glocks. Or 2 P250s. And we saw Detour have a lot of impact. I'm thinking about that P250 round on CT side.
Yeah.
Where he got 2 kills from Con. So we know the man can deliver with this very small investment.
It's a nice nade in the jump spot. Obviously, Youngster just wanted to bounce across, get the info if he sees them, relay it to the team, fall back, set themselves up for LNZ to farm. And one by one, they all fall down. So no shenanigans going into the eco. You're just hoping for the bomb plant. Maybe a kill or two if you're licking your lips at that prospect, but they get nothing for it. They just focus on what's yet to come. Their first full investment. Going into the third round, rifles across the board. Few gaps in the utility, but they've got smokes and flashes.
Yeah, plenty to play with. Sangal, bit of a bonus, going to keep 2 MP9s in the FAMAS in play. It's a clean anti-eco. Bit of a confidence builder, perhaps, especially LNZs. With the aim there with the FAMAS. And they're going to decide to push up aggressive, take the fight to Eclot. 2 players up there with a HE alongside it. They throw in the damage and then back away. New Beak, though, gets tagged and Detour found. New Beak's now been put down from Samay. Good trade from Sangal. Could get a lot better if Youngster can thread the needle and pick up this frag. But FaZe getting the pick has forced Youngster out to the open. And Blitz will capitalize. A player advantage now, but the bomb in no position to go for the plant. And in actual fact, LNZ is making moves up middle.
He could run right into the crosshair of Blitz. Oh, awkward off angle up close. LNZ. He's been having a bit of a rough run at the RMRs. Was not posting up really numbers that would lead you to believe he's in a good position. You've got to shake that off, and he's done just that coming into the opening rounds. He's kept them in this one, 2v2. There's a kit and all the nades they need for the retake as well. They can isolate the angles, zone out the Ts. That's the incendiary over, but it's already a fast pace. They just go in, swinging in unison. One onto xFlout, the other a bullet straight between the eyes. And they're done for. So Eclot, they do convert the round the end. Looked a little bit scary, but they pick it up. Like you said, it was a bit of a bonus going into it. They will still have money. They can reinvest straight back into it. I think I saw the AWP being picked up as well. Look, they had just enough funds in the coffers to squeeze that one out. That'll be in the hands of Samay.
Nice! Yeah, understandable that Youngsters is gutted because he was a player in B-Apps that he had the right idea. He put a couple of speculative rounds through the smoke. But as soon as the kill came in, he was the player that rotated and it splits again. Another entry while fully flashed. Jota wants to go for the wide swing. And because they prioritized all the firepower over utility, with a minute 30 left, you got 1 smoke, 1 HE, and 1 flash. And you're a player down as well. Horrendous start if you're Sangal.
It's a huge scalp to take with the first pick being Jota. And that sentiment continues. Youngster's the next man to fall. So both of the players that have been elevating their skill level already slayed out early. Samay, inside of the connector. Peeks up towards top mid. Sniper shot straight onto Blitz. But they've still got time to play with. 50 seconds on the clock with nades in the back pockets. They can cut noise on this. They haven't fully been seen towards top mid either. So they can wrap around, go through T-spawn, set up for the late hit on the A site with full nades. And the full defender, that's xFlout. We've seen him have some really nice A defenses previously on Mirage. This is one where he's got to buy time as well. Support of Samay. Peeks up, gets the read that they're walking in close, try and keep their attention. Snapshot though, Detour. Oh, that's dastardly good. Damn, Vince, straight through. Wall bang, headshot. Seconds there as well, and that's the round.
Yeah, Lindsay has to save. There's nothing else to be said about this one. That is an exquisite entry, as you mentioned. Like, nothing that you can realistically do against that. Problem is, because they'd lost so many players, you'd like to have a crossfire in, right? You'd like to have a player around sort of triple box, maybe toll booth or something with eyes on ramp. But Detour knows there's only one position for them to clear, so why not go out for the wide swing? You can be a lot more confident and continue to oppress the CTs. 2-2 going to be the score. And we're seeing signs of ruthlessness is really the word that comes to mind on this Eclot T side. We saw this on Anubis. And they're kicking things off again. You go back to that 2-0 scoreline when Blitz shuts down Youngster in the back. The catalyst for this 2-2 score, and although Sangal saved the 1M4, there's going to be nothing alongside it. And it's all off the back of this. A flashbang. Blitz fully flashed and still just shifts across and snatches the life away.
Then it only got better on the run out towards the site. Easy pickings, no room for the AWP to sing up on the stairs. And obviously they made the concessions as well, right? Didn't give themselves the extra utility to afford the better buy, hoping to put those weapons to good use, but just not being able to hit with it. Now you're broken. Only LNZ with a rifle. Group up, off angles, heavy stack towards the side. Might be the right read. Eclot could play into their hands here. Blitz with a Mat 10, he can run and gun, dive on out. Trying to draw the crosshairs off. Oh, doesn't even realize in the back, Youngster. It won't matter in the end. It's only one on the Blitz with a turn and burn, but they keep it relatively clean. One kill for another round up against the Pistols on a hefty stack. You'll take those to the bank. And now they've got the edge. Money's back in for Sangal. No AWP this time, but they do have far better nades than the previous outing.
Yeah, exactly. In the previous outing, you could maybe have argued that some teams would have dipped down to an MP9, maybe even 2 MP9s to facilitate more incendiaries and smokes. Not really required here. Tons of smokes across the board. All 5 players have one. Switching up the pace. FaZe wants to get aggressive in the B-apps. Already Detour's out. Throws the nade and backs away. Trying to draw as much utility as possible from Sangal early doors, and it has been pretty successful. No nades for Jota, no nades for xFloud, both of which are tagged. And now Eclot going to try and make moves. FaZe's coming back over onto the A side of the map as the smoke's being tossed in.
Jota waiting for the run out through Palace. 50 HP though. He's got to take these fights cleanly. Can't afford a lick of damage back onto him. And his teammates look to assist. xFloud, he runs straight in, gets into sandwich, but shot down through the smoke. So many angles to be aware of. He's paranoid about the Palace peak. Got to get the reload in. Low on ammo. His teammates dying all around him. He finally falls as well as Detour continues to be the death dealer. Up close and personal. LNZ taken out by Kriaz. And Eclot very clean towards the site. No casualties. Damage, sure, Vince, but they get through this one with everything they'd want. Bomb plant, another round on the board, and all those weapons remain in play. Even with Youngster spamming out the warning shots towards the end there.
Yeah, similar situation to LNZ, right? A couple rounds ago, it's like the only thing you can do is save. And that's not guaranteed. Tons of cash for Eclot, surplus amounts realistically. Oh, and Youngster's lost his kneecap. Tries to limp off. And in come the T's. Kriaz will shut him down. Interesting as well to see, like, one of the AWPers that always springs to mind for me when it comes to, like, B-apps aggression was always Oscar, who, of course, is also famously Czech.
Yep. So
it's cool to see that FaZe's, you know, like, maybe been inspired by watching Oscar over the years. Oscar, of course, in Sinners. A lot of Czech representation at the RMRs.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like Czech CS is back.
Tons of talent from the region, man. Obviously, a lot of domestic competition as well, so they kind of learn each other's tendencies. It's very fun to watch. Explosive CS, very heads-up sort of stuff. And the thing is, you think about Eclot as well, like, talk about the fact they grind an awful lot of games. It's put into perspective, 38 maps played. on Mirage in the last 3 months. It's a crazy number, right? Nearly 40 games of Mirage, man, grinding them out in officials. Positive win rate, though, as well, 61%. So it bodes well. Only caveat is, right, it's not exactly the tallest opposition you're playing against. Not really anyone inside of the top 20 outside of, ironically, Sinners being the only team that's in there. I think that was a 13-9 that they beat Sinners on this map.
That's right. That was earlier this month as well. The only other team that you'd maybe look at, actually have a couple wins against Sinners, is also they had a game against BetBoom back at Yalla Compass. They lost that 13-9. But that's about it. As you say, most of it is either Czech teams or it's like tier 2, tier 3 teams. Great shot to kick things off for LNZ though. Maybe a way to try and salvage this round yet. On the side of Sangal. 2 players up on ramp as well, but they're giving up the connector control for the time being. They're going to have to deal with that one, and it looks like LNZ is the man for the job as he goes back into jungle.
Thing is, this is one of these awkward rounds. They could actually find a way to be able to pick up. I mean, you've got all 3 of the players there grouped up on short side going up. One man phasing through the smoke, but look at the close grouping. They're right underneath him. It's Kriaz. He tucks in towards the wall. Oh, Jota. They back into the corner. Oh, they're right on top of each other, hugging each other here, Vince. The smoke going to dissipate, but it's the AK of Kriaz that gets away with 2. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Minimap's not going to give the game away on that one. Thought he was in the close cubby, didn't realize. And if they did have any likelihood of maybe finding 1 or 2 picks, making the round look a bit more doable if they converted into the AKs, well, that's dead and buried. It's 1 kill onto Blitz, and that's probably all you're going to get out of it. Youngster can grab the AKs, a bit of a prize to save. But 5 rounds already on the T-side campaign for Eclot.
I don't want to be too harsh, but like you're on the staircase, you can look at the minimap and see where you are lined up compared to it. There's no way you can get blocked there. I'm so surprised he didn't take some shots.
I guess it just threw him off because he thought it was close enough. Maybe again, like, you know, the stress of the moment, but yeah. Bit of an awkward one.
Yes, I don't want to be too harsh because like the pressure's on and like you've got 100 things running through your head. It's easy for us to sit here and like scrutinize that, but it just went. I think it's a disappointment if you're Sangal realizing you're on the brink of making these pistols work, and that kill kind of shifted everything.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a way, and that was taken off of them. And the roads have led us to a 5-2. Oh, first frag with the Eagle was really clean as well, so it's a shame. And this is where it all went so wrong. Kriaz just able to farm, really. We're back into it, though. Round 8. Samay with the AWP. It's X-Flat that goes out fast towards window. He can be a bit of a beast on his CT side of Mirage, but at the minute, he's been a moot point. He hasn't been able to activate whatsoever, yet to get off the starting block. 0 and 7, which bodes a real rough picture. Battle of the AWPs kicks off. LNZ activating. And Samay back at the bomb site towards triple. Doesn't matter, he doesn't get the frag because you've done enough damage. Kriaz is only on 1 health, so Youngster seizes the initiative, but they've already found the trade, and it's Detour, full health. 1v1. Youngster's running for it. Bombs dropped out on mid side. A little bit of time's going to be wasted, but there's so much on the clock, he can grab the bomb. How does he play this one, though? You've gone for the full rotation, whole way round. Through spawn, group back up, play inside of the ramp. If he goes back on A, there's a world he can win this.
I love everything about this play that Youngster just did. It is such a Youngster play to push the Molotov like that. And then he went all the way around the world, but Detour realizes, right, if he's not top mid, if he's not on the chair, there's a good chance he's gone for a rotation, but he's not sure if he's coming from A or B, and now he's been spotted. The spray comes through, Youngster snatches at the opportunity, anticipates he's gone into apps. Not the case. Detour's down and nails him. Oh, the 50-50 guess from Youngster. You know why he's gone for it, because he's such low HP. Once he'd given his position away, he had to fully commit, fully send. But he guessed wrong.
That's brutal. You love the play, right? Like, it's sick to see. It was so close to working out. So unfortunate as well, the spray. Like, the actual tag he gets off when he sees a bit of skin. Oh, mate, camaraderie is there telling me it's okay, nice try, and it was. Like, hell of an attempt.
Yeah.
The difference those nades would have made as well, how low he was, though. Thought he was inside of the apps. Doesn't work out because of it. Already scrapping here as well. Straight into the knife. Everyone's dealing damage against one another. Far weaker investment. MP9, Scouts. Only the one M4 and LNZ. But they've found weakness at middle. A couple of low players on that T side, and it's getting worse the longer it goes on. So Youngster actually could be a key man again.
Oh, and you know, if given a chance, he is going to run and gun. Oh, get singed by the Molotov. They know he's up close now. Takes a tick, and that sound cue alerts Eclot to his presence, so he has to fall back. I love that the vibe check is really good as well for Sangal. Like, they lose that round, everyone's giving high five straight away.
Yeah.
Obviously, Youngsters is devastated because he nearly pulled off a really nice play. But you're a map down, 2-6 down. There'd be a lot of players that would be mega tilted right now. So it's good to hear that Sangal are still in good spirits. We'll see how long that lasts for. 45 seconds, and Eclot have really slowed down the pace.
I want to see if Sangal go for an info play. If they'll peek out, give you an opening. Ton of players down towards mid. Oh, Samay might actually take this straight to the back of the head as well. It's going to bounce off the bench. Ooh. Close to him being blown out of the server. But Youngster, he's been booming on this one. Again, here finds impact. LNZ stays alive, but he's got to tuck in. There's a follow-up nade. Softens him up, but he's still breathing. Jota comes sprinting out through jungle. The machete of the team chops up one. Has he got room for more? Bombs drop, Vince. Time's going to be tight. 5 seconds on the clock. Wins the duel, but can't go for the plant. Round's gone. Samay's so miles away. They've got it.
Purely off timing, and it's on the approach. I think it's LNZ that's behind default position, nails a headshot. Jota then goes for the wide swing and just cleans up the rest. Slices and dices him with the MP9. Bomb gets in the middle of no man's land in jungle, and the round's over. And I'm talking about how much they slowed down the pace. It seems like it was too slow. It stalled out. And there you go, they get the kill, but there's 3 seconds left. They can't teleport on the site.
Nice!
Huge. Huge moment potentially in this match.
Sangal finding small opportunities to win rounds, but grabbing them with both hands where they can. If Xplow comes online as well and can assist the rest of the squad, they could still have a good half ahead of them here. Show us that there's signs of life on Mirage. They can reset things. They've got so much map control early though. You're inside a connector instantly. Good read. Incendiary's out. It forces the smoke back up, so it's going to burn time off the clock. Again, chip damage is great. Everyone's getting painted with bullets. They get a read onto Xploud, nade onto his position. He's down to 42. Even with them taking damage though, Vince, don't count them out, because this team, they somehow just flip the script. It's what they seem to be doing every time.
There you go, LNZ. Tons of impact, but Blitz through the wooden panel is going to shut him down. Oh, Xcloud's woes continue. He's 0 and 9 with 35 ADR. He's having a tumble and a fumble on this map. But Youngster from the same position that Jota punished him in the previous round comes out again, and the bomb's been put down on the deck. Kriaz on 2 HP. No real hope or endeavor of getting this one done, and the HG from Downtown connects. And you nailed it, Jackie. You said they may be low, but don't count them out. And they survive with 3 players.
Huge round. And yeah, it's weird, right? Because obviously, like, for me, the mental thing is with Xcloud not playing well is usually it seems like this was his bread and butter. Towards the A bomb site, he was the one that was performing massively previously. I think it was up against Cloud9. We saw them coming out, hitting him heavy, right, with some of the faster plays. He was able to deal so much damage. He was good for multi-frags time and time again. Had smart positioning, good crosshair control. So it feels odd that he's getting so unlucky in so many of these rounds where he goes for a call, goes for an advanced position, and it's just the timing of it. He's eating nades, he's always being softened up. On this one, it was the walk-in versus Kriaz. And Samay kind of saves that as well with the backstab out from short side. Assists the team at just the right time. So good signs of life. They're coming back into it. First half could be closer than we first thought. 6-4. Weapons to play with for either team. And Forzy's back on the AWP.
An alarming sign, though, for xCloud starting this poorly is on the T side, he normally has a ton of impact. And that is still yet to come. As you mentioned, though, Eclot could have ran away with this half, and Sangal are digging in. Semay, solid shot in the approach, but Nubik had a flurry of a first map. Then stepping back up, hit double digits. Kriaz also makes his impact felt with the AK, and although Flash comes over, it's not going to stop the plant, and FaZe was watching CT. Youngster, who was the standout performer in the first map and really has been here on the second. His life being deemed forfeit means this round is a done deal, and xCloud still unable to grace us on the scoreboard. Remains at 0 as he just tries to save.
That's all he can really do. There's nothing left in this round for him. Carry over the Kevlar, A1S, the kit and the smoke. But damn, man. Again, Youngster, with some of the fast plays he's been going for, he kind of makes you believe he's going to pull off something really heroic. But FaZe dialed in on the angle. It was the one crosshair that was prepared. He doesn't miss the shot. Ooh, xCloud, can he stay alive? Yes. He gets that gun into the next. And that's the hero rifle. That's really all they've got to play with going into this one.
It's like a really small detail, but I actually love that as soon as xCloud hits the headshot, he starts jumping. Because he knows there's a second left, and he knows the crosshair is going to be head height, so he's like throwing them off to survive. That's a really cool little small detail.
Freak him out a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And you absolutely nailed it as well. Like, they even went for that flash to facilitate Youngster's peak. And FaZe was just locked in on ramp, shielded from the flash. xCloud, though, now, he's tasted a little bit of success, and he likes it. He wants more. Second kill comes in. They have lost Youngster after posting up the 1 kill, but LNZ is here to put a smoke down and deny the plant for the time being and slow down the pace.
Yeah, the nade set's good to delay. So heads up play from LMZ. Blitz looked like he wanted to break that open and take the fight back in as well. HE goes a bit wide, so he peppers some bullets in. Timeline there, well, maybe if he goes for the jump spot and you break the smoke at just the right time, could have got another pick back in and opened up the avenue of the B-bomb site, but it's not the one we're living in. Here on the 12th, there's just under a minute left on the clock. It's an advantage for Sangal on the CT side. Blitz, Nubik, and FaZe all out towards mid. Oh, no, it's actually the wrap around the back through T-spawn as well, with Nubik finding the flick up onto window. So now it's an equal situation to work with. And that's the man with the bomb. So they get some info on this. Jota looks to slip back round towards ramp and play a bit more aggressive as well. xCloud, he's really got a tall task on this one. He's got his first 2 kills of the game. If he can double up here, find some huge impact, it could be massive. Reaction was good for the spam down, but it's not enough to convert, but Jota's still breathing. The advanced angle on ramp was unchecked. They're giving him the 1v1s, but he just gets beheaded on the drive-by Nubik. And LNZ's all that remains.
Well, he's through the smoke as well. They're going to bump into each other. Oh, neither of them have an idea. FaZe does actually just turn around, though, and his position is completely unknown. He can play possum. LNZ's never going to expect him behind. Never, ever in a million years. He's looking every angle apart from behind him. And FaZe's just big chilling. Now, the bomb's not planted for him, but he played that so well, so patiently. Cool, calm, and collected, man. A lot of players would have just, they'd have snatched at the chance. 8-4 halftime score, though, man. Like, oh, Eclot are in such a good spot right now.
Oh, damn, dude. It kind of paints the picture of how the half went as well with that last round. Down to, like, small instances, 1v2, scrappy rounds. All a bit scary. And like you say, though, fair play to him, man. You know, sometimes you can get a little bit antsy in those positions. As soon as he gets the first frag with the MP9 through the smoke, if you just turn, fire up a warning shot, MP9, if you miss the opening shot with the AWP, you could be mullered and then it's gone. He plays it patient, knows there's no reason he's going to clear the smoke because he's already walked through it. And then shuts it down. And again, Nubik today. Like the entries he's finding to open up bomb sites late round as well. Really crisp, dude. Just driving in with the AK. Doesn't need to stop moving, Vince.
No, I mean, I think it was Jota that was on Tetris, and he just instantly headshot him around the corner.
Yeah, just blap.
Just such a slick shot. And although he was weakened, it doesn't matter. AK's an insta-kill regardless. Really nicely done. And I think it just goes to show as well, like, how cool of a customer FaZe is. When you think that there's elimination, the Major's on the line, I think a lot of players would have overthought that one, but he just locked in. Eclot now on the CT side. Now, a pretty damning, concerning statistic here for Sangal, by the way. I just looked into this. They have a 42% win rate on their T half. So they're going to have to get off to a good start, you feel, with this pistol. A 1-for-1 trade is good for the post plants. A real opportunity here to get started in the best possible way.
Bomb has been planted.
Down to the late round retake then from Eclot. They got a kit and a smoke on Blitz. So it could be beneficial late on, but it's about trying to find your way in through short. They're clearing out all the angles. Footsteps heard. Samay waiting. Oh, goodbye, Nubique. He keeps it going. The assassin with the USP makes the incision on the bomb site, and he's doing it all by himself. Blitz finally takes a stab in the back. Time's ticking away. He's got the kit. They've got to get the pick up, sprint towards the bomb. He can jump on it. It's going to be close, Vince. But I think they've got this one.
Oh, yes, they got it with a second to go. But Nubique again. What is it with this guy in insta headshots round corners?
He looks so sick, dude. It's really cool to watch. I think it's like 15 kills as well. Like, he's activating massively.
Dude, it's filthy. This is what it feels like every time I play Premier matchmaking, by the way. Everyone is a Nubique. Doesn't matter where I am. Just get instantly popped round corners every single round.
Just get a Nubique 24/7. It's a good term, actually. It does sound kind of like a verb, doesn't it?
I've been Nubiqued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Wazded.
Yeah.
We're going to bring Wazded back. To be fair, that's kind of how he's been playing. Like, he's just running in. Nubique is the new Wazda.
15 frags as well. I mean, he had a great first map. Now he's here again.
Oh.
X-Flower with one, but instantly traded back. First map, 87 ADR for Nubique with 19 kills. Already up to 15. I don't even know how you play against that, in all honesty. Like, you just peek and die. Samay, though, with the Deagle. Give them a chance. The spray's good from Blitz, but still a 2-on-2. Able to retrieve a couple of weapons as well. And Sangal have more than enough time for the post plants.
They try and bait him in, tap the bomb once, come straight off it, of course, with the A1S in his hands, and they've been able to find the other one as well. So LNZ scavenges the weapon, but it's Nubique. Again goes in, leaves LNZ black and blue on the floor. Detour with the MP9, hearing all the footsteps as he phases through the smoke. Jota turns, wants to go back in towards the site. 1v1 now. Nubique, have you got the stock in the round to close it? Slow walks up, takes the peek on the right-hand side, jump up. Oh, spam through the box as well, he's so low. Jota, 14 HP, peeking in. First shots are there, Vince, but he can't close it.
Picks up the kit, gets the defuse in, and who else but Nubique to clutch out. He had full confidence as well. Didn't try and reload the M4. He's like, nah, I've nailed him through these blocks. He has to be low. Yeah. Really nice effort, though, from Sangal. Like, you've got double deagles in play. You've put both of them to use. Blitz with a very important double there. And then Nubique in the one-on-one comes out clutch by the slimmest of margins.
Nice try. All good. Good fucking good. Nice shot, Jota. Let's fucking go.
Still really good vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm not sure who that is that's saying it, but credit to you, sir.
No, exactly. You're trying to keep their heads in it, right? Because fair enough, that's the position you're in. You could still get back into this game. Hype up Jota where you can. He's a bit frustrated in his own individual plays. Sometimes for some players, just get it out of your system. Little desk slam, it's gone. It's in the past. You're back in the present here in the 15th. 6 rounds behind, though. And Kriaz, smoked out, flashed out, spamming in the smoke, does the damage as he hits the head of Youngster. That's a big scalp to shut down early for Sangal. They've got themselves onto the bomb site at least. Smoke walls up as well, so affording them some time. This retake's going to be coming though, and one by one, damage done. Equal trades every single time. Favors the CT so much more, and it's just LNZ. It's got to be monstrous, Vince. He needs to go absolutely ballistic here.
Oh, there's so many angles, and he's got no real utility. I'm not even sure if the bomb's planted for the ramp side, or it's been planted safe. There's the first headshot, though. It is. It's planted out in the open. So it is a doable task, but I was going to say MBQQ again. No, we'll give him the respect of Nubeek. He gets the headshot for an 18th kill once again on the swing. And the dreams being dashed against the rocks once more for Sangal. Like you said, they're able to get up there. They're able to get the bomb plant into position. But one thing that has been a consistent, very impressive to me, is Eclot's avenging kills on CT and T side are so on point. You saw this multiple times on Anubis. One player goes down, there's always the counteractive kill every single time.
Feels like they're on the schoolyard with Pokemon cards, mate. Just always trading. It's mad. Like, it's so clean how consistently they get them off to put themselves back into an advantage. Oh, it's a horrible one to have to lose as well. Could have been a game where you're feeling like, yeah, the scoreline's not that far bloated. We can still bring it back and get in a bit of a groove in our T side. But now all the pressure's on you. Eclot already one map up in the series, 13-10 back on Anubis. Here on Mirage, close this, and it's Sangal eliminated from the perfect world. European RMR A.
Nubeek on 123 ADR with 18 kills and 6 multi-frags. A stellar performance. It was Kriaz in the first map that really captured the plaudits, and now it will be Nubeek. Detour and the Meatball though doesn't want to be overshadowed as he comes in with 2. And that could be Sangal's last roll of the dice at the RMRs. 8 match points in favor of Eclot.
Last opportunity to do anything. Whatever you've got up your sleeve. Can't hold on to it. Lose this round, it's over. RMR run is finished and you are eliminated. Last chance for Jumpy to instill his knowledge, see if there's anything they can really do. He's darting over the strap book, focus on the crosshair, get back in, come out swinging. It just feels so brutal because even when they have had chances, when they've had stock into these rounds, right, it still goes the same way with Eclot closing it, Eclot getting another round on the board. But on this one, it was just a massacre. Just could not get out onto the site. Firepower did no favors for them. And here it's pretty broken as well. I mean, Galil's in play. The utility's the sour point though, Vince. That's the one that stings, right? 2 smokes, 3 flashes. Smokes are out instantly. Block that off towards window side, short side. Run out on mid. They go a bit quicker with it. I mean, fair play, you've got to do something with the nade set you brought into the round. And Jota, if he finds the second, it would have been a brilliant way to start things off. But Xfloud, up close and personal. Forsey caught between 2 angles. He's dead. There's the reply, though. Nubeek, always good for a fadeaway kill.
It's crazy how consistent he is with these opening picks, man. Like, time after time. You need an impact frag. Look no further than Nubeek. Kriaz trades out once again for Detour. Nubeek with a Molotov over onto Firebox, roaring out into the open LNZ, but he's still able to neutralize. And Sangal, even if their utility was rough, even if their situation is rocky, they're still in the fight. They're still trying their damnedest to stay alive.
And it's a heads-up call. They knew everything they had going into that round. 2 smokes, 3 flashes. Use it for the control of mid. Get up short. Jota, nice entries. And Youngster as well, assisting on the push-up. So still, the story continues. You've got no room for error. Facing elimination point in and out every single round. It's all Eclot's game to lose right now here in the second map.
It's very true. Is this where the pressure, though, gets the better of them? Some teams, notoriously, especially when they've had a huge step up in level at RMRs or top-tier events, they find it difficult to close it out. They get a little bit of a block. stumble and trip towards the finish line, you'd have to assume they'll make the most of one of the next 7 opportunities. But if they were to lose this round, they would be into eco territory. And Sangal could start to make a bit of a comeback. That's, of course, assuming that they can bypass this round and there's going to be 3 players stacked over onto the B side of the map. 45 seconds left, and Sangal need to make a decision. It looks like they're going to try and make an incision through on Connector. But MBQQ, aka Nubik himself, is here laid in wait with the sandwich position. Oh, this could be huge. If he goes unchecked, he could be in for a flurry of frags.
Oh, the SMG tries to sing on first contact, but Samay with the adjustment shot puts him down in the dirt. And for Eclot, really, with how much of a buffer they've got and their cash not being in the best spot, you could afford to give this one up just off the back of the single kill there. Let the round tick over. Give them a 6th. It's not going to be the end of the world for you. It'd be far better for your buy going into the next. And they are posturing out. FaZe, though, just holding it round towards the murder hole. So he gets one out of the hands of Jota.
Very important shot as well if they want to try and hold on to as many of the rifles as possible with the AWP. FaZe going down there would have probably given a gateway for Sangal to go for the jugular and try and swarm the rest of the CTs. Nubik didn't really get an opportunity with the MP9. The AK is always going to prevail. So 1 more round saved. And yeah, because of the really poor economy, really the reason why Eclot called the save so quickly makes a lot of sense. Allows them to dip back in again here. A match pause. Hopefully no tech issues. It would be a horrible time for that to happen.
Yeah, especially with Sangal starting to finally get themselves a bit of momentum. If they can get to 8, then maybe there's room. Maybe I'd start believing, thinking that they can still bring this one back. 12-6 at the minute, so you need 6 uncontested rounds on their T side. You can see with the game timeline here, it was the pistol on the second half for Eclot. You convert the following rounds, they're able to squeeze out the first 4. Finally 2 back-to-back for Sangal. But they could not drop the ball even once. And with some of the individuals on Eclot having some great performances, it makes it scary to think that's the lifeline you got dangling over you. Even if Nubik doesn't have these show-stopping rounds, he's got backup. He's got bodyguards that can do the damage as well, right? Like FaZe on the AWP, we know CT side, he can be a bit of a beast. Kriaz has been coming alive. Blitz is a name that we were saying tons last time we saw them. And Detour, that man just gets away with unthinkable plays.
No, 100%. Like, it has been a real collective effort. And I mean, I kind of touched on this just before with Kriaz being the MVP probably in the first map. Even though Nubik got more kills, Kriaz had 103 ADR. He was beasting and feasting and having a good time. So it seems like the players getting themselves ready to jump back into the action. Will Nubik get a drop from anybody? Are they just happy to and pretty much going to be tapping out of this one? Playing off firepower. I mean, it does give them the freedom of maybe going for like a gamble stack with their rifles and their AWP, try and bodyguard for FaZe to stay alive. They haven't really put too much in terms of utility into this round. You see Kriaz and Blitz picking up a little bit. FaZe's just got a smoke as well. It makes a lot of sense, right? Like, I think if you're in a situation where this is a super close scoreline, you probably do go all in. You've got such a buffer of rounds, you don't need to force the issue.
No, of course. They can just play for the long con. As long as they close it, that's all they're thinking about, right? Let the cash build up a little bit more, have a hefty buy where you can close the game, or maybe just do it right here, right now. It looks like that's the way it's going. Eclot, they want to knock Sangal out of the RMRs, and with each and every depth, they get one step closer. Confirmed now, 2-0. They take it, stay alive in the elimination best of 3. They still fight on at the European RMRs.
Well, they didn't need the utility. They didn't need the extra firepower. They had everything under control.